Hey everyone, today we are back in the custom pack. Was that Anubis? Wait a minute. Has Broken Bench infiltrated? What's going on here? I'm running Anubis today apparently. Yeah, there it is. Double checking to make sure it's in the pack. This must have been one of my first games. So what's the plan with Anubis? I have barely ever used Anubis. And the main reason, it's kind of funny when I think of like my reasoning for it, because I use so many pets that I feel like are cheap. The main one being the logo of the channel, the praying mantis. I cannot believe that pet has not been nerfed yet. Anyway, the Anubis, I say it is cheap. You just get instant activations, and the main reason is because certain pets like the Frostwolf, the Dung Beetle, right? You had Anubis, Frostwolf, Mothman in the beginning. Then it quickly went to Anubis, Frostwolf, something else. I'm blanking on what it was. And then it pivoted to the Poopatrator, the Anubis, Dung Beetle, Farmer Cat teams that were pretty insane. And so because that, Anubis is always just, there's been just a bad taste in my mouth with it. And yeah, I've kind of avoided it. I figured, you know what? Why should you need one of these pets to give you essentially a free activation? You should have to earn those activations by the pets actually fainting. So now that I got that rant out of the way, what do I want to do with Anubis? Well, I figured, can we combine Anubis with another pet and maybe make things interesting? And that pet is the hyena. A lot of times when you use hyena on a team, you're basically looking to keep it as low stat as possible and level 1. The hyena will swap the attack and health of every pet on the battlefield, yours and the enemy's, at level 1. Level 2, it will shuffle the positions, and at level 3, it will shuffle positions and swap attack and health. So we greatly want to avoid shuffling positions with this team. As you'll see, the positions are very, very important, especially with Anubis. That's the whole name of the game with the Anubis, is the position of your pets. You can imagine if you had Mothman before Frostwolf, then you're not getting your activations from the Frostwolf. So when you use hyena, I think about the past when I tried to use hyena. I would do teams like Armadillo Giant Isopod, where I give my team a bunch of health, and then I swap that health to attack, and then I use the Isopod to try to give my team health again. I ended up winning with a team like that. I'm not going to say it was a good team necessarily, and I used it when the Giant Isopod was broken. So that's my most recent experience with the hyena. I tend to do a lot of things a lot harder than they should be, partially because of a lack of understanding, partially because of lack of attention to detail. But regardless, we're going to power through and keep it moving. So at this point in the run, turn 5, it's the first point we can level up into Anubis. And I'm just going to throw it out there. We need Anubis level 3. So I don't think you'll see me run many teams where I just bring in an Anubis level 1 and keep tier 1 or 2 pets. Those are usually the broken teams, right? The Frostwolf, the Poopatrators. Shout out Ryan Shadow Golden as well, the Master of Dung, as I call them. They are the original Poopatrator. So Ryan Shadow Golden, Master of Dung. I'm never gonna let you live it down. I told him at the time, we were messaging on Discord when he first discovered, and I was like, wow, you may be onto something. This is incredible. And I sent like a paragraph of like, you're making your mark on SAP history. This is so awesome. Like, I'm so happy for you. And then down the road, all I do is give him crap for being the Poopatrator. I mean, almost every time they message me in Discord, I make some reference to it. So shout out Ryan Shadow Golden. I hold no resentment at all. I think it's still awesome that you found it. It just sucks what happens afterwards. But thank you, Teamwood. Thank you, Arcuni, for fixing it. A lot of these faint pets that have been broken with Anubis have been nerfed. So instead of activation on faint, they activate like after attack. I think that's what Frostwolf was nerfed to. I know Bat, the tier 2 Bat, was changed to that as well, even though it was a starter battle. So we have the Anubis, and I brought in a Spiny Bush Viper, which is interesting. So in these runs, especially if I get a late Anubis like this, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get it to level 3. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make my pivot. So I'm making some concessions. We have a level 2 Badger on the team. I figure if I get level 2, if I have this level 2 Badger I get Anubis level 2, I get Spiny Bush Viper level 2, maybe the run will be able to survive, and then we can push Anubis level 3, and then make our pivot to higher tier pets. Considering we only have a level 1 hatching chick still, this team is in a world of hurt. Decide to buy the Cockatoo, even though we don't really want stats on the Spiny Bush Viper. Luckily it hits the Anubis. Gonna go ahead and start spamming crows because we need those levels, so let's just take the level now and see what happens. And the hyena shows up. It's a pretty unfortunate hyena. You see I immediately freeze the zebra because there is no world where you want to bring in the hyena on your team at this point. I mean, sure you can if you have room for it, and we obviously have room for it, but I just don't think there's any reason. It's not really going to help you. And considering you don't need to scale it, you don't need to level it, just wait till later to bring it in. A lot of these runs are very contingent on RNG and timing, right? You need the RNG to hit at the right time, and that's not necessarily always early. So I figure these 3 pets are here on the squad to stay. Hatching chicks temporary stats. Let's just start spamming zebras because I don't know what else to do, and the fact that I use the chocolate on the Anubis and not the Spiny Bush Viper tells me that I am all in. I'm going all in on the Anubis level 3. The goal is to push it level 3. Hopefully we can find the other pets we want, bring them in real quick. The only problem is we need a little bit of scaling on some of the pets we bring in, and you'll see why. Mainly just 1 pet. And I've been avoiding saying it. I might make an attempt this time to try not to put too many things in the thumbnail or title, because this combo that we want to pivot to, it's a very popular combo that I've done a lot, and it's a very strong combo. I'd say it's one of the strongest 2 to 3 pet combos in the game, partially because they synergize together in that they like give stats to each other, and then the other one will use the stats for its ability. If you're very familiar with the game and tier 6 pets, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And then, of course, there's a tier 5 enabler as well. So we're talking about 2 tier 6 pets and a tier 5 pet. And now that you know that the tier 5 pet is the fire ant, you can probably make your guess at what the other ones are. But remember the hyena. So what's the plan here? The plan is Anubis activates fire ant. Fire ant is level 2 and will give attack to our 2 other units. Not the Anubis or not the hyena. And then what are we going to do? And then the hyena is going to swap the attack and health of everybody on the battlefield. So our high attack units are going to become high health units. And then our fire ant's going to faint in battle and replace that attack again. I don't know if I explained that right. It felt kind of weird. So we're going to see it all in action. We have 4 hearts remaining, only 5 trophies on turn 11. Now you see all the pets come into action. It's a warthog. It's a lionfish. Now all we need to do is make the pivot. Next turn we get the flashlight breaking onto the fire ant. Looks like we're going to buy another flashlight. So there's the stats that we need on the fire ant. It's amazing when you can basically pivot a team and not really worry about scaling too much. Of course you're going to run into those type of teams, those dragon scalers, and get absolutely annihilated. But yeah, you saw me also not really think about my team order there with 4th position Warthog and 2nd position Badger, so I just killed my team immediately. So yeah, we did all this work preserving these hearts, and now I'm just throwing it all in the trash. That's definitely not the way to go. So if you're running these packs, please don't do that. And we take a boring avocado. So making the final pivot, if we can push this fire ant to level 2 very quickly here, we can be in the money. And look at this. 50 attack Warthog forces the draw. We need 5 more trophies. We have essentially no scaling on the team. I'm probably going to buy sell this cow. Maybe I'm going to pill the mammoth. I would sell Spiny Bush Viper and pill this mammoth if I knew what was good for me. Knowing me and my tendencies lately, I'm probably going to do neither and just, oh, look at this. We're actually doing things. And we have enough money to buy the cow. Honestly, I would take it because any stats is good stats, but the team's set, the level 2 fire ants here. I think the team's strong enough. I totally forgot we needed the hyena the whole thing that ties it together. If I was running this team without Hyena, I would probably expect to get ridiculed and for people to be like, oh, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, get original, let's go. For some reason, I just thought this was so look, it all gets triggered, then the Hyena goes, and now our Warthog and Lionfish aren't looking too good, but our Fire Ant replaces the attack, and, you know, they got good attack again. The Warthog gets a couple trades. These stakes are pretty mean. Luckily, our ANUBIS has stats. That's the one thing we got really going for us. And another flashlight break on the Fire Ant. So I think at this point, like, we're pretty set, right? I even think about taking equipment. Oh, there's a blobfish pill, but we can't use it. We just want levels. So honestly, level Warthog, level Lionfish, that's all we need. And you're going to see here, just kind of based on how things are going, I look to buy equipment, but a lot of times I don't buy equipment, and I'll explain that in a second. Because we're running into one of those garlic teams. What is going on here? Ooh, that was actually a pretty good stat swap. That Geo Tortoise had less activations because of it. That thing's doing 18 damage, even though it only has 1 health. I didn't realize that. I thought it was only the amount of health it had, not the actual amount of damage it took. Well, we annihilated that team pretty quick. They're trying some seagull mushroom shenanigans, so you gotta respect it. And man, look at this. These Fire Ants show up. That would have been my dream in other runs. Not in this run. Don't got room for it. Hyena shows up as well. Don't want it. I love it when runs get to this point where you're like, nah, I'm good. I got what I need. And check this out. The extra health we got really helped us to absorb those snipes. They didn't get any KOs from those snipes. I mean, they didn't have the most mana, but check this out. The double level up, we should really just throw something on the back line, but part of my thought is when I run very strong teams like this, and ANUBIS, like I said, I feel like ANUBIS is cheap, and I'm using Fire Ant, Warthog, Lionfish. One of my rules is, as a test of strength of the build to see how strong it is, can the build win without any equipment? So you see this team has pita, this team has melon. Can we win without any equipment purely off the synergy of the team? So if you look at this, I think, did our stats get reduced? What happened there? Our Warthog unfortunately only got to 29 attack, but our Lionfish pretty much gets full. And we get the KO on the back line, which means their 25 attack Croc is not going to KO us. I mean, it just works out so perfectly. So here we are with 9 trophies and still 3 hearts to go. We can take a couple losses. It's turn 17. Things get so scary in normal custom packs on turn 17. You can run into massive 50-50 teams any turn. And here is a pretty massive team. They have level 3 coconut crab. Is this a level 3 coconut on it? Let's see how many triggers they get. We got a 50-50 Fire Ant. That's the goal. Yeah, it is. But we use a lot of their coconut triggers there. So we actually get to trade. Now is the huge behemoth with melon. It's going to crush through both of our units. They have a level 2 whale shark. I believe they were going to do the cheese. There's a current bug in the game where you can really scale whale shark to the moon very easily. Oh my gosh, look at this. Just, what a perfect ANUBIS team in my mind. So, what other variations of this team are there? Well, I figured, you know, I don't want to hinge the whole pack on ANUBIS. Let's try to figure something else out instead of ANUBIS. So, if you see what's in the Beluga whale, or if you saw, or if you didn't see, I'm not looking to level it up, which is very interesting. So why am I not looking to level it up? What is in the Beluga, or if you know what's in the Beluga, why is that in the Beluga? And if you don't know, it's a slug. So I have Beluga Slug with the Fire Ant Warthog combo. What could I possibly want on this team? And the answer, Daily Double. It's a green sea turtle. So the Beluga Slug in the beginning will get us 4 attacks by the enemy team, guaranteed. I guess unless the Beluga gets sniped at the beginning of battle. So that means our Fire Ant will almost always be the 5th attack of the battle, which means if the Fire Ant survives the attack, it will get melon along with everything else on our team. If it doesn't, then our 3 units that are getting the Fire Ant attack, as you see here, get the melons, And yeah, if we happen to level up this green sea turtle, we're going to get 40, 60 damage protection melons. So yeah, this could get pretty crazy. I thought it was really cool. Just like the base stats hyena, right? You just need something to just throw a twist on the team. So you're running green sea turtle, and you can run a bunch of big units, right? We could just throw melon on the fire ant, throw it in the front. Check out the melons overriding the expose real quick. You see this whale shark has 30, never mind, we don't get to see it. This guy has 22 attack, that should break through a melon. Nope, our melon blocks 40, and the battle's not even close. So I know I lost my train of thought there in the middle of this battle because I got excited about the exposed. But yeah, that's it. A really, really fun twist, not using ANUBIS that I kind of stumbled into. So with all that being said, we're going to ride off into the sunset with another ANUBIS run. I believe this is a run where I did not find one of the pets I was looking for, so kind of had to make some pivots. Of course, we have Big Weasel kind of carrying us along the way, and the goal is to sell off the Weasel once we get the team set. The hyena, you see I have frozen because I'm thinking about it, but I think I got too locked into this Weasel. But I was like, you know what? Can't bring in the hyena because we don't have anything else on the team yet, right? It's just way too early. We get the lasagnas from the toy, throw it on the ANUBIS just like before, because I know this Weasel is not here to stay. It's turn 9 though, so it's the first turn. We can really find the other things we need. And yeah, try to guess what this team's going to turn into. It's very similar to the other one, but if you hung around this long, I really do appreciate it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.
It hits me like a tidal wave every time you say my name. It hits me like a tidal wave. It hits me like a tidal wave. A tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal wave. I was so blind, waiting patient on the shoreline. Now you're leaving, but I know you got your reasons too. I didn't hear the sirens, I didn't wanna see the warning signs, and now I pay the price, yeah. Oh, I should've known. It hits me like a tidal wave every time you say my name. It hits me like a tidal wave. It hits me like a tidal wave. A tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal wave. Tidal wave.
No, I can't take the silence. Now I find comfort in the rain. Tell me who can I rely on when those I love